So freaking ecstatic, so freaking happy that I got my heart ripped out my chest. I am so happy. I got my heart broken. I am so happy I went through one of the most toxic situations of my life. I am so happy that I went through one of the most traumatic, toxic childhoods of my life. I'm so happy people have wronged me. I'm so happy that I have no friends. I'm so happy that everyone left me. I am so freaking happy. Like, I'm so happy to be alone. So happy to be struggling, just trying every day, going to work, doing things that I don't want to do, also while following my dreams, staying up all night trying to edit, trying to record, trying to film, trying to plan content, all while still having limited beliefs and healing from trauma. Being diagnosed with damn near 100 different mental health illnesses, symptoms, whatever you want to call it, PTSD, anxiety, paranoia, all of the above, anxiety, depression, having panic attacks during COVID, having so many different things. I'm so freaking happy because it led to this moment. It led to this moment where I finally got closer to God. And I feel like if it was all meant to happen this way, or if God had to get my attention in all the ways that he did to get me to be closer with him, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I used to cry myself to sleep every night. I'm so grateful that I have video diaries of me literally talking to myself because I had no friends and no family to talk to, because I tend to isolate when I'm sad and when I'm stressed. I am extremely grateful that I was put through every obstacle of my life, because it showed me that I'm stronger than what I really think. Because something, I believe I heard Steve Harvey say it, I heard a lot of people say it. If you're here right now, God's not done with you. And on top of that, if you're here right now, nothing you went through broke you. Even when you feel like it did, it didn't. So I went through a very toxic childhood, very traumatic childhood. I then went through a very toxic relationship, a really traumatic relationship. As a result, I ended up with no friends, and I also ended up being my biggest bully. After being harassed constantly by girls from my relationship that I was in, that he would be with, just being exposed to a new different world and life after being sheltered until I was 18, moving out at 18, moving into an apartment with a partner. Like, I going through so much. I'm just so happy and so grateful. You tend to not realize, sometimes I realize you're constantly beating yourself up for things you went through, or you're sad about things you went through, but I'm just like, you know what, it got us here right now, right here. What's today? December 12th, 3:45 p.m. I'm here recording a video for my second podcast channel, literally growing on my content, literally growing as a human, literally getting closer to God. And never in my life have been so locked in with God, and ever. I've never been. The closest I could say to God that I've been is just through saying a prayer here and there. Going to church when I was younger, singing the choir, my grandmother. I've never had my own personal adult relationship with God. And then, as a result of my relationship ending the way that it did, and I do plan to drop story times of my life on my main channel too, because I feel like God has put it on my spirit. But this is the first time I've ever had a relationship with God as an adult and been close to him, and actually started to understand why people always say God is the first person, the first importance in their life. Like, I've literally got into the part of my life where I'm just like, nothing I do or nothing that I got has been without God. I will never claim it by myself. If someone asks, oh, what's some advice you could give people, what should people do to get to where you got in life, put God first. Okay? It is, until you experience this, something that's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like when you see people living a life that doesn't add up to what they tell you they've been through, and you're going through something similar, and you're just like, God did that? How did God do that? People be living testimonies, and I am going to become like speaking on it, showing it. Of when I speak on my childhood, I am not supposed to be here right now. When I speak on my relationship, I was supposed to crash out. I was supposed to try to harm this person. I was supposed to try to harm all the girls that would come up in situations. When it comes to my childhood, I was supposed to and it's not funny, but it's funny that people would be like, oh, we thought you were gonna act out, we thought you were gonna do this. I possibly was supposed to be pregnant. I was possibly supposed to be a rebel child. I was supposed to get in trouble. I was supposed to do things because I didn't grow up doing them. I didn't. I didn't do a lot of things that a lot of people would have done in my situation. I didn't do a lot of things that I still want to do. Okay? And the reason I say putting God first changed my life, because by the grace of God, by him working on me, trying to keep me sane, I am literally fighting every day to not fall into what I should be doing. The way my feelings feel, like I'm putting that energy and that hurt more into my content and more into helping others heal than into crashing out besides people, things that are just not worth it. Okay, so if that took me getting here by what I've been through and what I went through, I will take it. I will take it and I will make something great out of it, because honestly, don't they say that's what God do? Take something and make it great? Like, God does that, right? I've grown within a year, all by having God. And I'm be honest with you, very transparently, I'm not even as locked in as I was in the beginning, but the way that I am now, the things that happen, that God allows to happen, now that I'm closer to him and I see it, and I finally am like at a calm place where I could recognize, oh, God did that. That's crazy. This didn't add up on paper, but I got it in real life. That's the type of things that keep me locked in. I do want to work on my relationship a little more with him, like getting a little stronger, waking up a little earlier type of thing. But even where I'm at, a year ago to now, putting God first in my life was the best thing I ever could have done. And I would do it again in the order that it happened. All the things that I've been through, if it would have led me here today. Like, it is what it is. We already here. So if you needed a sign to get closer to God, I do also plan to make a video on how I got closer to God on my main channel. But this is all 2025. Me and God got a vision. We locked in. But I definitely think that should be a priority. Okay? Don't have man on the pedestal. Don't have woman on the pedestal. Have God on the pedestal. Have God at the forefront, at the top. Who you talk to, who you ask advice for. That's who you should be going to. Not another human being. Okay?